We begin by opening the Studio 5000 environment. To create a new project for any of the Studio 5000 applications, simply click the New Project link found underneath the Create category. Next, we need to select the application for which we wish to create a project. This list on the left contains only those applications that are installed on the particular programming workstation. To create a project for a Logix 5000 controller, we select the Logix Designer application. The menu to the right provides a list of controller families found within the Logix 5000 series of controllers. As an initial example, let's select the 1769 L18 ERM. Below the controller selection, we find a text box wherein we must enter a name for our new project. Below that, we can select the folder in which we would like to store the new project. By default, Logix Designer projects are stored in the User's Documents folder with subfolders Studio 5000 and Projects. This folder may of course be changed by browsing to the desired location. There are still a few more important items to configure that are related to the chosen controller. For any controller, we must select a software revision. Multiple revisions of the Logix Designer application may be installed on a programming workstation. This computer has versions 24, 28, 30, and 31 installed. The chosen software revision must match the firmware revision installed in a controller before the project may be transferred to the controller. Furthermore, while the revision may be altered after the project has been created, it is generally impossible to go back to an older revision. So, if we are uncertain as to the eventual controller firmware, it's usually preferable to select an older revision. Finally, for controllers that use Point.io expansion modules, we need to specify how many of the modules will be connected to the controller. In this case, there are no expansion modules connected to the controller, so we will select 0. If we were to have chosen a ControlLogix controller, we would see some minor differences. We again need to choose the desired firmware. However, unlike the compact Logix controllers, ControlLogix controllers are installed within a separate chassis. So we need to specify the catalog number of the desired chassis. Also, a ControlLogix controller may be placed into any slot of a chassis. So we also need to specify the slot number into which the controller will be installed. Slots are numbered from left to right, beginning with 0. Let's look at one more example. We'll choose a high-performance compact guard Logix controller. Even though we know that there are 4 software revisions installed on this computer, the only available choice is V31. This is because the high-performance safety controllers released concurrent with V31, and that is the only available firmware that matches one of our software revisions. Also, notice that for this controller, we do not need to specify the expansion modules during project creation.